David Thornton. I'm the chaplain for the Floyd County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you been working as the chaplain, and how exactly did you get in that from the pest control business?
Well, that's interesting. I've been the chaplain for 28 years. Started preaching, and a friend of mine that was a city policeman used to go to the jail and preach up in jail, and asked me if I wanted to go help out. Started out with that, and wasn't too much longer after that. Started out as a chaplain under Wayne Ashley, and then my brother was the sheriff, and I was chaplain for him. Then Tommy Rickman, and now Tim Burkhalter.
What does it exactly mean to be a chaplain at a jail? What do you do?
Well, my title actually it encompasses a lot of things. I'm actually the senior chaplain for the Floyd County Sheriff's Office. Then I have a couple other chaplains that work under me. My main goal as the chaplain of the Sheriff's Office is I minister to the law enforcement and their family. So that's my key thing, is ministering to law enforcement and family. And then I have a couple other chaplains that work under me. Well, I have a jail division where I have 2 volunteer chaplains that help out with that, and we have 65 volunteers, and then we do a Sunday morning service, a Tuesday night service, and a Thursday night service. And so those volunteers go in, and I raise the fund. I'm kind of I guess you'd say, the face of it. That's probably scary, but the face of the chaplains program. So I kind of raise the money, and over the years we've gave away 34,000 Bibles and had over 7,000 people saved. But I have ministry workers that do that.
Having your own small business, how much time do you have to dedicate to this, and how do you find it?
Well, my motto with that is you find somebody busy and give them a job that'll get done. It's real, especially with what we're doing right now. It's real time consuming, but it's just kind of on an on-call basis. So other times when we don't have this big law enforcement and public safety day that we're doing, it doesn't take as much time. I usually go twice a week after I get off from work here and go work with the sheriff's office. So it doesn't take as much time as it is right now.
You mentioned the Law Enforcement Public Safety Day. Tell me about that.
Okay. Well, we got celebrating Law Enforcement Public Safety Day, and it's going to be May the 16th at Ridge Ferry Park. We got like 6 singing groups that's coming out. We got people that's got food tents, and all the law enforcement agencies are going to be bringing the material out, and we got every one of them: the Rome City, the county, the sheriff's office, Georgia State Patrol, DNR, probation, parole, EMA. And I'm going to leave, because I don't have my list in front of me, I'm going to leave a lot of them off. But everybody that's in law enforcement and public safety, we got Floyd Medical, we got Redmond EMS, both of them are coming. The fire department is very faithful. And so what they're going to do is set all their equipment up out at Ridge Ferry Park, and everybody in the community gets to come out and meet law enforcement and public safety basically in a non-confrontational way.
If you had to tell parents or a member of the community why they should bring their family out to this event, what would you tell them?
Well, number one, similar to what I just said, that it's an important time for us to come meet our law enforcement public safety. Number two, with everything good, bad, and ugly that's going on across our nation and in our world, we need to know the defenders of our freedom. We need to know that they're there for us. Just recently, we had a city police officer done a wonderful job, and what he did was he talked a man from jumping off the bridge. He saved his life. We're in the life-saving business every day.
And finally, you know the stories around the U.S., cops sometimes, whatever. What is it about those in Floyd County that you can be proud of?
Well, the city police officer that, like I said, that saved the guy from jumping off the bridge the other day. I work with these guys, see them all the time, and they're always giving back in the community. I'm going to give a perfect example, and I can give a lot of deputy examples, but I'm going to give a perfect example. I was working with the sheriff not too long ago, and we were going down the road, and there was a lady, her car was broke down on the side of the road. We pulled over, and this was a sheriff chaplain moment, I guess, but we pulled over, and the lady's car had blew up. Now, on the back of her car, she had a little emblem in memory of her son. And her son had passed away a year ago that day. So here she is having to remember that her son passed away a year ago that day. And I looked up at that, and I seen that, so I said, ma'am, I said, pretty tough day today. And then she said, yeah, with my car tearing up. And she said, And then she brought it up. She said, my son passed away a year ago today. I said, yeah, I've seen that. So I had the opportunity to minister her. She didn't have a job. She was going through the trials of her son passing away and everything, and her car was tore up. The sheriff gets on the phone and calls a record service, and they come out there, and he told the record service, I'm going to pay for that. That's a perfect example. He didn't have to do that, but he paid for it. He paid for it himself to get that lady's car home. I see that time and time again with our deputies when they're out and I'm working with them, and a circumstance comes up time and time again that I see our deputies more than anything ministering to people and helping people out. The Cops for Kids that we do every year, we go play softball all day long out in the heat, and you know what they do? All that goes to Camp Good Times and Special Olympics. So they dedicate their time. So it's just time and time again these people dedicate their time. How many times have you seen a firefighter with his boot in front of Walmart? They're raising funds and everything. So these people, I mean, Shop with a Cop. The programs that we're doing and what everything's going to is Shop with a Cop. And that's what we do at Christmas time. We buy Christmas gift for kids that can't do it. The Chaplains program, Camp Good Times, the Firefighters Memorial that they're trying to build, and the 9/11 Memorial. So everything we're doing next Saturday, every bit of the money that we take in after expenses is going back into the community to help out. These people really are in the work in what you would determine a minister. They're not per se a minister of the gospel, but they are ministering in their community, and they do an outstanding job. Is everybody perfect? Man, I'm the first one to say I'm not perfect, and there's nobody else perfect. But the thing about it is, we live in an imperfect world, but we live in a world in law enforcement and public safety that I see them time and time and time again give back to the community where they don't have to, but they give back. And that speaks highly for itself. You don't always see that. All you see is the negative when your son or your daughter or you go to jail. But these people are taking time and giving back to their life in the community. And that's why I think it's important that we celebrate law enforcement and public safety May the 16th at Ridge Ferry Park between 11 and 6.